I think sometimes we get caught in, well, especially those of us who have grown up or live in very homogeneous environments. We grow up thinking that culture is always out there, that it's not in here. And we think the real, defining markers of culture are food, film, and fashion. And I would argue that in a place that if you land in the wrong neighborhood in Seattle, feels very homogeneous, that's still the case. Culture is out there someplace else. It doesn't define me or mine because I'm the norm. I'm what everybody is measured against. And culture is very shallow in how it's defined. It's defined through trinkets and, cute things that we eat, like tater tot casserole or whatever our cultural symbol is, right? And so when I came here, I began to have a great conversation with my boss, Dr. Derek McNeil, about how do we deepen our conversation around culture and theology and the interchange and the interdynamic relationship between the two. Because even our biblical text that we find to be very sacred is also very culturally located. There's a reason why there's four gospels. There's a reason why Paul writes multiple letters, because those are all very culturally located expressions of who God is in the middle of those people for a specific purpose at a specific time. So as we began to talk about that, they gave me just a lot of freedom here in collaboration with some other folks that were dreaming too, to think of how do we enter into a conversation, a real honest, introspective, and deepening of what it means to study culture. That we understand culture as this phenomenon that is inside out and outside in. It's always shaping and influencing us, but we intrapsychically are always creating meaning in the world from our own cultural perspectives and our own paradigms that we operate from. And the quicker we can pay attention to that, then we can begin to dissect why are some things more dominant or more preferred, and why are other things pushed to the margins? Why are some people looked at as interesting cultural experiences and other people are looked at, well, that's just the way things are? And then we can begin to unwrap racism and racialization. We can begin to identify imperialism. We can identify patriarchy as really socially constructed things that were the attempt to gain power and control.